Hey everybody, welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon. The SlowWolf estate has been sitting here a little while, and I've taken the time to make sure that we're ready for our next mission. So for our next mission, we're not doing anything big. You might have noticed that we're about 10 grand in the hole compared to last time. That's because I spent a little bit of money to make a little bit of money. We're going to be going on a long apprentice mission. We're also going to be training up our brand new man-at-arms, because we don't have a single one on our roster until now, and it'd be nice to actually keep this one. Anyway, we've managed to equip everybody with trinkets, and I think we're good to go. Long story short, Malibus here, our up-and-coming second leper, is going to be hitting like a flippin' truck, hopefully able to one-shot most things that we're going to be finding in the ruins. Our man-at-arms here is a pretty good mix of just all-around stuff in terms of his skills, but his items he's got, I mean, max HP is always great, but the most important thing here is if he gets to death's door, he has a better chance to survive, he has better damage, all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping that that doesn't come to pass, but if need be, the Martyr Seal is going to be relatively helpful there. I've managed to equip Grandcourt with mostly healing stuff, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but right now, since he's in the third row, and our Demonic Cauldron isn't exactly a top priority here, if we need him to do damage, he can do some. But more importantly, he's going to be able to weird reconstruction for a crap ton. Like, if he heals for 15, he's going to end up healing for 20-something. And that's going to be huge. That's like half of our Man-at-Arms' HP pool, so that's pretty sweet. Finally, Dr. Jones. You're the lady who's going to get us out of the hole, baby. And it's going to be amazing. But we have to get to that point first. As far as trinkets, I've equipped her with the Prot one, the Carapace Idol. I've also equipped her with the Candle of Life, which isn't very good on its own. Plus 50% healing skills is pretty poor, considering that it's now like a 3 heal. In a pinch, it'll be helpful, but outside of that. More importantly, though, the 25% max HP, plus the Prot, makes her actually a semi-tank. She's also highly dodgy. So if we need to take the heat off of using Protect Me on somebody else, we could just use Get Down once and then start nervously stabbing people, and hopefully they'll start going after us. Or at least that's the plan. Now this week, we do not have as big a problem with light. Torches are going to go a little bit longer, so we're actually going to pick up just 14 of them. I think that'll be more than enough. We'll grab a key, maybe 2. Good idea to grab like 3 shovels, I think, before we go out. Food-wise, we're going to need a lot. The ruins are rough when it comes to food. So I'm going to grab 2 stacks of it, believe it or not. And then 2 clicks of laudanum. And like maybe a couple of bandages. That should do the trick, honestly. Any more than that, and I think we've way overspent. It's been a while since I've done a long mission. Honestly, 1 skeleton key should be more than enough. So we're going to grab that down to 1. 3 shovels, 24 food. We have medicinal herbs, just in case if we come across some more food that shows up, potentially. But the ruins are pretty piss poor about that, so we're going to hold on to that. Laudanum, just in case if we come across some more of those, you know, shouty at me and tell me I'm shitty guys. That's what I'm calling them now. Shouty at me and tell me I'm shitty folks. In short, they're assholes. We're gonna keep a lot of them around for that. And we got some bandages because bleeding does happen, especially with a couple of the cultists and with the fact that it's gonna be well, there's a high chance of us getting bled by the mosquitoes and stuff. So let's get a move on, shall we? I've sat around here talking long enough. Oh, it's been a little while since we've done a long mission, and this one's an Explorer, so it's going to be a long one, because long missions tend to be long, but then on top of that, the Explorer ones mean that you are stuck. You are going to be in it for, in it to win it sort of deal. Oh, what a weird layout. Okay, so here's what I'm planning. We've got the ability to skip out on 2 rooms. At least. If we go up here, bounce around, and then come back around, we've missed out on our 2 rooms. From there, we can decide whether or not we need to camp. At any point, we can choose to camp again. But, like, we've got 2 pieces of firewood. We don't want to use them too late. We want to use them strategically. It'd be nice to get through, like, about half the level, or a third of the level before keeping on going. That'd be ideal. If we can go further, that'd be awesome. And I think the best way is to continue on forward this way, then head up and across all the way. We'll see, though. Okay, so first things first. Loot, always safe. What does this journal say before we drop it? Oh, we've already read that one. It has to do with Sebastian's last watch. Oh, the air ore. It's the best of them all. It's SlowWolf because it's awesome. Thank you. Wait, did I type that properly? Oh, there we go. I meant to shift click it. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, that's a bad start. Not bleeding. Stressed the heck out. That's, I mean, understandable, but that's what the, that's what campfires are going to help with, you know, dealing with the stress and everything. Scouting, very helpful. Alright, so what do we got ahead? Traps, fights, and scouting ahead, too, is very, very strong here. So, maybe this changes how we want to do things. If we head to the left first, two curios, then a room with treasure. Maybe we want to do the treasure last, though, because we've got a really full, like, amount of stuff on us. So you know what? We're going to do that room as close to last as possible. Now, do we have... I mean, we can disarm traps. Not super well. We're going to give this to Jones here. She managed. Thank you. Wasn't necessarily going to happen. Decorative urn. If we use the holy water, I think it washes stuff away and gives us valuable stuff on the inside, so let's give it a try. Nice. Very good. We don't want that to go too crazy, though, because if we start getting too much loot too early, we're going to have a problem. Alright, they're surprised. Fantastic. So, how are we going to start this thing off? As much damage as possible, especially on the guys in the back. We can heal physical damage. We cannot deal with stress damage, so kill those guys as fast as you can. There's one guy left in the back. That's okay. You know what? Don't worry about it too much. Do we want to go for, like, a straight kill? You know what? I've got a better idea. Not a better idea, but I've got a different idea. Let's go ahead and give ourselves our marked and our riposte here. And then you can go ahead and hew. And oh my god, it missed both of them. If that had hit the guy in the back, that would have been a kill. That would have been fine. Tempting Goblin on the one person who really can use the stress. That's fine. Bump in the night. It's the wrong person I wanted you to bump. You should be bumping the tanky man in the middle who wants to get bumped. And you're bumping the front man instead. I don't like how you're bumping front man. Okay, he's got the Tempting Goblet and he's hitting the wrong person. That's a problem. Okay, we can't really let that get any further ahead, unfortunately. Can we nervous stab this guy and kill him? Likely, but it's not a guarantee. In that light, you can protect me. Okay, you can kill him? Or at least demons pull him into range? Clear out the corpses while you're at it. Nice. Okay. You're still bumping the wrong man. You have a 50-50 chance of smacking this guy right now. There we go. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, with that in mind, let's go ahead and crush our dude. Specifically that dude. And then chop him in twain. There we go. Like 16 damage. Piece of cake. Lots of money. Minor antique. Good stuff. We're going to leave the sarcophagus alone because we don't have any means of getting rid of it. Oh my god, a secret room this early on, huh? I'm not sure. I don't want to camp early. We're going to go through a couple of fights first. We're going to actually go up and around like this. If we need to backtrack, we can do that. Like, we got more than enough torchlight to do it. Yeah, eat 4 food. That's fine. That's why we brought as much food as we did. It's a little disappointing there at this stage of our life, and you know, food is the issue that it is. But okay, we're gonna go through 2 fights. See how we're looking after those 2 fights, and then we're probably gonna try to de-stress our friend here. Surprised? Don't be. Let's go ahead and get some kills. So the guys in the front are probably the most damaging. With that in mind, let's start stabbing them. So he's dealt 8. He's down to 4. Nervous stab should be able to get a kill then. And it did. Fantastic. There is a corpse in the way. That's something that we can definitely deal with. We could also just chop a man in 2. Yep, that's what I like. Finally, let's rampart the guy in the back. Stun him up. Look at that. Oh, well, he still got to go first anyway, so that kind of sucked. The good news is that it didn't really do much damage, and any damage it did do wasn't all that worth it. So, pull him, just in case if we miss or something. Now there's no corpses for him to hide behind. He's got, like, shitty little shots to do for the rest of the day. You know, while we're at it, here, have a little heal, buddy. Have a little band-aid. A little bit of help. You could chop him. There we go. Jesus, that's great. We're gonna leave the portrait alone, I think, in this case. We'll find more. I get the distinct feeling that that's not gonna be the last time we see a portrait this time. Alright. We still have a ton of torchlight because this week everything's kind of reduced in terms of torchlight consumption. However, we are now dealing with these assholes, and oh god. I foresee problems. If we don't camp now, he's going to stress out to a pretty ridiculous degree. And I'm not sure how we're doing in terms of our ability to camp and kill. So that could be an issue. Okay. Can I nervous stab this one? I can. It didn't get the kill, though. That's actually really disappointing. Gather the blood. Really bad. Especially because I think that's also a stressing attack. It's not, thankfully. Pre-digestion. You know what? You got the right guy for that one. He can actually heal himself. And he's got pretty high resistances overall. If we hew these two, it won't get a kill, but it'll do enough damage that it might. If we chop one, there's actually a good chance of a kill, which is pretty sweet. And it's a crit. What a time to be alive. I'm loving it. Alright, let's definitely crush this guy.
Their formation is broken.
Which just leaves this little asshole. Okay, does he go first? Of course he does. The Thirst. Please, not the second man-at-arms in a row. Okay, no curse. Fantastic. Chop him up. And then stab him in the face. Good stuff. Like, we've got a reasonable team that can deal with this kind of crap now, which is awesome. His stun chance is very, very low. So instead of going for a stun chance, let's go ahead and protect our occultist here. Make sure he doesn't get hit. That's fine. You know what? Attack her. Dr. Jones can take the hit there. She's got a ton of HP and doesn't take damage anymore. Okay, you're almost dead, Mr. Supplicant. I can't help but notice that you are a very dead boy now. There we go. Fantastic. I'm quite pleased. What the shit is all this?
Seize this momentum. Push
Holy
on to
crap,
the task
dude. There's
at
so much stuff. Okay, we're gonna have to make some choices here. Citrine's okay. But because we have our antiquarian, there we go, we can actually hold a great deal of gold. Since we only hold a stack of 5 of this, how much is 5 times 200 times 250? I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. What's wrong with me? It's 1,240. Honestly, Citrine's not worth holding on to. It's not. Is it worth holding on to more than either one of those charms? No. But do I need busts? Yes. And that's worth the money. Okay. You know what? As dumb as this sounds, depending on this scout. Okay. We need to reduce his stress. Do you have any camping things that get rid of your stress? Not there. No. Also no. Okay. You can't encourage yourself either, buddy. That's not how this works. You can reduce your own stress, which is great, but it's not the other person's stress. You can encourage, that helps. That helps a bunch. And what about our antiquarian? Produces a random trinket. That might be better for us camping-wise than Pep Talk. Okay. So unfortunately, even if we do camp things out right away, we don't unfortunately have the one thing that we really need to knock down his stress. So this is an issue. We need to explore 90% of rooms. We got 4, 8, 9, 13, 14, and another 5. 19 of them, huh? Yeah, all but 2 of them, pretty much. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We can bounce all the way around up here. We can probably go through one more fight if we're careful. But we might as well make the room for the loot now. And because I need the stress relief, we're having a feast.
An uneasy companionship.
Now, while we're at it, your first thing is to encourage this man back down to a reasonable stress level. You might as well reflect. Preventing nighttime ambush might be a reasonable idea, especially because no one else is all stressed out, so it'd be fine. Yeah, unspeakable time unit is. Sorry, folks. If you want to, you can encourage your man-at-arms. Let's see, how much does that take? 2? What would we have left at that point? Maintain equipment seems really good. You know what? We're going to do maintain equipment. So, you're now super buffed and super damaging. You might have a bit of stress on you, but you know what? Out of all the people on this team, you could probably handle it for a little bit. Let's rest up. We're not going to get ambushed, which is kind of important. We now have some extra room to work with. We now have a full torchlight. Let's go. And I'm thinking we're going to end up going to this stack of rooms here, because it'll fill up our quota of rooms very quickly. So, despite the fact that it's a fight for fighting's sake, it's not so bad. Another journal, huh?
Are often low on supplies.
So what do you do? We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Alhazred, the fiery heartbeat of a retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemy's ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. That one we don't have. But since there's no way of actually having them around in town... Okay, I know for a fact that if I put something in you, I forget exactly what, a torch, it becomes like a super torch. So you know what, we might as well do that right away. Let's go! Foosh, baby!
The light, the promise of safety.
What you got? Oh, okay, it's a bunch of big thieves. Okay, that's fine. I can do a bunch of big thieves. Bunch of big thieves does not bother me. With that said, nervous stab as hard as possible, eh? And then you. If you pull him forward, I don't think you can pull him past big guy. But let's give it a shot. Let's at least bring you into stun range, yeah? Never mind. That was sweet. And the other guy's still in the back for harmless poke, which is great. Okay, so while he's still in range, I suggest that we try to crush him. And it was a good suggestion. He is now dead. Point blank shot. Pretty bad. But if anybody can take the hit, it's this man right here. He's got a ton of prods, so harmless poke here. Hitting the other right guy to be poked, as far as I'm concerned. You have a speed buff now? Problem. Not impossible to deal with, though. Now, with that said, what do I want to do? I can heal myself, or I can just chop into big guy here. There is a correct decision here. And it's not a big deal either way. You know what? Just chop him. That's a huge chunk of his life just gone. This brings us to this lady. Okay, you're now in stab damage, which is exactly where I want you. Slice and dice is a problem, but it's the front two people, so it's not a big deal. And you've crit the one guy that doesn't really matter, so... if we need to, let's go ahead and weird reconstruction him. 15! Nice! Not the highest roll possible, but it's, you know, dang close considering the circumstances. Alright, chop. Down to 4. Oh, this guy's toast. Can we retribution him to the death? No, we cannot. We can crush him, though. Absolutely.
Prodigious size alone does not...
Now look at that massive bloodied husk. Okay, Demon's Pull. It's a reasonable idea. You want to know what's a better idea? Stabbing him in the face! There we go. Band-aids, another minor antique, some food. All good. All very, very good. Okay, scouting. What's this last room here? An opportunity to use a shovel, more than anything else, and a bunch of empty rooms besides. I want to save the secret door for last. It should be possible. We're going to also use a shovel here, because that's why we brought the shovels. Like, I'm not going to go ahead and skip out on that business. It seems like a waste of time. The pack contains loot. He says, as he picks up another skeleton key and a bandage and some money. What do you got? What do you say? Blood-soaked pages torn from a journal. My fears confirmed. With our torch doused by an errant spray of seawater, we were ambushed. Strange fish-like hominids ambushed us in the sudden darkness. The pitch of the torch caught quickly, and I glimpsed scaly appendages swinging crude weapons, glistening and barbed. They didn't last long with our torch rekindled. Alas, one bit me on the neck before I gutted it. The wound stings and tingles strangely. Our physic told me to keep it clean and covered. Well, that's a zombie if I've ever heard of one. Finally, something to smile about? Oh, you mean the loot, not the journal. The journal's bad reading, dude. I would not read that if I were you more than once. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, we didn't scout anything here, so the fact that we're bumping into curios strikes me as strange. Leave the books alone. Books are usually bad. Okay. Let's strike one torch before moving on. Again, they last a good long time this week because of the weekly bonus, which is nice in a bonus. Aha! Interesting situation. I can get down or I can stab somebody. Getting down actually makes the most sense because then that way I can move back, get this guy back into stab range, which does more damage, and I might be able to dodge that. I didn't dodge it, but you know what? She took no damage at all, so... Never mind, she took no damage at all. Hew the two of them, thank you very much. Piece of cake. That was awesome. Alright, let's keep going. How much is our jade worth? Yeah, it's not worth a ton, but it's something. This is worth a skeleton key, actually. There are treasures stashed inside. Treasures that I can keep with me. Fantastic. It's a decent amount of loot already. We've made up for the initial cost of the resources for this trip, so that's something. We're going to head straight down and get to the treasure room. Which means we're going to bump into somebody right about here. So let's pop 2 torches before moving on. There we go. Oh, hi! It's you suckers! The thirst. Alright, let's find... Oh, of course you've been cursed. That makes beautiful sense. Stab him, please. Thank you. Of course, our second man-at-arms to come out into this flippin' game and... Oh, look, he's cursed! Don't mind him. Predigestion. Okay. Out of all the people to be cursed, though, I think that he can handle it. So, let's just deal with what we can here. You should be able to kill this guy. Yeah, easily, I might add. Absolutely obliterated, which is fantastic for us. Predigestion. Problem. And he's blighted up. For 2 per round, that's enough to use an anti-venom if we had one. But we don't, because, honestly, we didn't think that in the ruins we'd need it. Let's go ahead and start crushing some people, then. Now, do I need to start healing him? The answer is no, not right now. What we were going to do instead is start sacrificially stabbing some people, and if it hit, that would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, it didn't, so that's a problem. We could healing vapors him, but again, it doesn't really matter all that much. So we might as well stab him, so that way he's, easy to retribute, if that makes sense. And you can chop the guy who's now in the front. He's down to 1. What a lousy day. Predigestion, it's going to be a second round of blight, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually pretty brutal. We need him to heal up. Let's retribute then. Thank you. Look at the, like, line of stats. It's dumb. Okay, weird reconstruction. For 19, okay, good stuff. He resisted the bleed at the very least, and although he's taking 4 damage, we've pretty much healed up all the damage he's going to take, so... Not a big deal. We already have the invitation, you jerks.
Creatures can be felled.
I'd rather have the citrine over your shitty invitation again, so... Lousy roll on that one. But, you know what? It's the second Crimson Curse person. It's not the end of the world yet. Crimson Curse does increase his speed a little bit, and that can be helpful. The rest of it's bad, without a doubt, but, you know, it's something at least. It is going to essentially double our blood consumption, though, which is an issue. Right. Deeds need room. If deeds need room, then let's make room. Again, citrine is not my primary concern. I like to have at least 1 stack of each of our kinds of heirlooms before we go. One thing I'm a little annoyed by is that we don't really have any options to use up our bandages right now. Consider that to be a problem. And there's another citrine just taunting me. Okay. I am become vengeance! All cultists will feel my mace. Brigands fear my roar. I'm outnumbered, 'tis true. I'm starved and half mad, but as long as there is breath in my body, I will press on. I will wreak unbearable agony on those who would seek to despoil my great manse. And now they come. I douse my torch. I do not fear the darkness. This is my house! My house! Hello to the uninvited. Okay, so that journal page is interesting. We can get a lot of loot if we go through this. And then pop our last camp. How many battles do we have? Just 1 battle? You know what? That actually seems like a reasonable idea. We're going to go through this fight. There are a lot of these bloodsuckers. We have to deal with that sometime soon. Maddening wine. Problematic. If we could just not, that'd be fantastic. Alright, here. Let's make it a 50-50 chance that we're hitting somebody else. If we do this, they're probably just gonna lifesteal. What do I want to do here? Are they Eldritch? No, they're bloodsuckers. That's very different, apparently. Alright, so we're gonna pull one of these guys. Never mind, we're not gonna do the goddamn thing. Jesus, a lot of stress. Okay. Retribution. Knock this guy down a little bit. Now, you, on the other hand, get a chop off and make sure it's a good one. It's a good one! Okay, there's still a body in the way, but that's something we can deal with. Predigestion. You're hitting the man I'm not happy, with you hitting. I'd rather you hit this guy here. Thank you! The thirst, you say. Whoa! Get slapped! Awesome. Oh! Try it again! Yes, that's right! Sakadong! Alright, so you can't hit this, apparently. If we knock this guy down a little bit, he's within crush range, which is fantastic, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Nice, he's actually within stab range now. But we're going to crush him instead, and it worked, which leaves just the bug. The bug is going to get stabbed. Of that I have zero doubts. And then chopped. That was so easy.
Be wary.
Okay, so I'd like to bring the blood back with me, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, we need to think carefully. We need the key, 100%. We want the shovels, 100%. We can't really handle a lot of stress, so we need the laudanum. The bandages, I think we can heal through. So, we're going to actually get rid of all 4 of our bandages, which feels like garbage, honestly, and grab the blood. Then, the onyx, unfortunately, I kind of want to just let go, because we already have a bunch of minor antiques, and I think we need to keep the medicinal herbs where they are. And it's just bad luck that we came across a chest right before we were going to camp and, a bunch of loot happened. Have another feast, boys. Reduce that stress, get that HP back up. Alright, definitely reflect again, except for you don't have nearly enough stress to make it super worth it. I think that having maintained equipment was huge. And I think that you do need to encourage him again. How much is left of this map, anyway? Most of it, huh? We've missed out on 1-2 rooms already. We need to explore the rest of the map on this torchlight to make it work. On this particular camping trip to make it work. Here, I got an idea. What if we use strange powders on our man-at-arms? He now has a bunch of resists for a bajillion years. Thanks, Dr. Jones. We don't need to heal anybody. Everybody's fine. Reflection's probably just too good not to, and then we might as well resupply with the last one we got. It's a torch. I'll take it. Let's rest up. There's probably going to be an ambush? Yep, thought so. Alright. So it's an ambush, and it's a problematic one, but not an impossible one to deal with. Stressful incantations on the wrong man, though. That's bad. Okay, so what do we do? We pull a man forward. Nice. Dealt a lot of damage too, and reduced some stress. You could get down. That moves you back. Stumbling Scratch. That could hit. It had a good chance of missing too, though. And you're going to also Stumbling Scratch? Sign me up. And it dodged because you guys both suck. Aha! Okay, crush this lady before she has a chance to do a goddamn thing, please. Thank you. Alright, now's that corpse in the way. She's not moving back. You, unfortunately, just have to move forward. But look at that. We're already back into, a good place. Let's get down again. So that way we're continuously buffing ourselves at the very least. Now, in this particular situation, I think we retribute. in specifically this kind of situation, it's huge. Okay, and then this guy's going to stumbling scratches as well at some point. I'd like to keep it going that way. Within that vein, let's not get a crit, please. Thank you. No crit, leaves a corpse. This guy stumbling scratches. He's going to, like, do nothing at all, which is huge. And then we're just going to, like, cut him into, like, a one finely sliced piece of ham. That was awesome.
Remind yourself that
Okay, that's not all that helpful here.
Killer.
Confidence is it's an insidious killer. I'll agree to that. The torch could be helpful with what's left. So you know we're gonna deal with that chest on the way back, if there is indeed a way back. We're leaving that alone. Default party order, please. A bunch of books and shit. Not fucking touching it. We just don't. We can't risk it on this length of a mission. We need this mission to succeed. If we succeed, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, we got a dude up ahead. Let's make sure that we're in the best possible situation. Why are there so many of you blood-sucking bastards? Alright, well, our man-at-arms is very likely to start going a little bit nuts. With that in mind... You dodged. You madman. Alright, let's try that again. Whoa! Get stabbed! Grand Cour, as always, making me feel pretty sweet about myself. Alright, if we retribute this man in the front, we might be able to hew through him and damage the guy behind as well, which would be a really great 2-for-1. How much does hew do? It might get the kill, but it's not good enough. We need kills. So, there we go. Good stuff. Gather the blood. Get slapped. The thirst. You know what? You're hitting the right guy for that. Granted, you crit heal, which is pretty bad. Yes! Okay, so that was very sweet. And by very sweet, I mean, like, this mission's good. Like, this is going to be the best mission we've had in a little while if this keeps up. With that in mind, if we stab this guy, we're guaranteed to hew him. Hew won't necessarily work on him, but... I mean, we want to get kills, right? This is a chance of getting a kill. So, yes! That's a good crit. Good boy! Alright, nervous stab. Guarantees that this man's within kill range of a crush. Not quite, but now he is very dead. That was so necessary! Oh god, another invitation. It's so helpful. Don't mind if I just delete that. Thank you. Alright, so we've got portraits, crests, busts, and deeds. We have a ruby, which is worth a fuck ton. And there's a very high chance that that particular trend can continue. So we're doing great right now, actually. Especially since our buddy here, Vitalis, is not only cursed, but also a valorous man. I'm very pleased about this. We've also not taken, like, any HP damage whatsoever, so that's pretty sweet. Alright. Disarmed. 2 for 2. Dr. Jones, you're actually reasonably good at this, despite what the movies might say. That's right. Open it up. I forgot, I should be letting the antiquarian open this shit up, because that's where we find the antiques and stuff. So, onyx.
Paid for in blood.
We want to keep our food. We want to keep pretty much everything we've got. Like, honestly, I'd say we're good. Okay, so this is our second onyx. It would take 3 onyxes to knock Jade down a peg, pretty much. So you know what? Let's go ahead. Take that instead. We're going to have a good mix of money and other things. I know that this isn't exactly the finest loot run you've ever seen, but it's about as good as it's going to get for now. I kind of want a little bit of everything regardless, so... Alright, what do we got? Treasure and battle on both sides. Right on, right on. Alright, again, and there's 19 rooms, so... We need to see all but 2 of them, and we've already seen... Well, this one and this one have already been skipped, which means we either have to go that one, and we know that we're going to head back up to this one. Alright, because we want to get to that secret room as fast as possible, so that could be our second one for now. Let's see how we're feeling after a couple more fights on this side of the map, huh? The pack has a map. Beautiful. Alright, what's inside? If it's an empty room at the end, it's just a room battle with a curio. You know what? We're skipping that room because it's the least valuable out of the bunch. Oh, no. The hero's absolved of a sin. Guilty conscience Kirk removed. Okay, that's awesome. I'm actually super thrilled that that's the way that worked. Alright, bunch of skeletons. They just do damage. Bring it. Flippin' bring it, guys. I am so tanky, you don't even know. So, what do we want to do? We can do a protect me. Make it a 50-50 chance that you hit the tankiest member of our group here, who now has dodge and even more prot, which is frightening. Let's retribute. This guy does damage. This guy also does damage. Let's guarantee a kill. Right? Like, knock him down just enough that a Hugh should be able to kill him. Graveyard Slash, you're hitting the wrong man as far as I'm concerned, but you know what? Don't worry about it. Actually, if we pull one of these men forward... Okay, now you, sir, are within kill range. Does Hugh kill you? Good chance of killing you, actually. Let's give it a try. He dodged it instead! Oh, what a bad day. That's fine. He's still gonna get slapped for a lot of damage. He's taking it in the face. Dead weight. May the resists work. Ah, bad news. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. We can deal with that. Stab this quarrel man. Ooh! Did you see the crit? I saw the crit. The crit was good. The bones spilleth upon the floor. There is nothing left, is what I'm getting at. Does anyone need heals? No. Then let's stab a dude in the face. So by stabbing a dude in the face, what do we want to do exactly? I'll be honest with you. It's I'm not sure what would end up dealing more damage, really. Let's go ahead and stab him, because that puts him within knifey stabby range, or crushy face your face range, which is great. Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So that leaves just those two jackasses left. Would you stop dead weighting him, though? Thank you for resisting all that stuff that you resisted. Okay, now, with that mentioned, pull this man forward, deal him some damage, wipe a corpse, and put him right in the front. Bayonet jab. Yeah, it's a good one, buddy. Look at that. It hurts so good. Now, what do I want to do? I mean, I could just crush this guy and kill him.
Masterfully.
Oh, baby! I didn't know you loved me this way. I didn't know you'd show me the way to your heart. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. The citrine. It just keeps biting me in the butt right now. The wound is starting to fester. The flesh around it is gray, flaking, and ridged, almost scale-like. As I write this, my breathing has taken on a hollow timbre and is more labored. My compatriots are laughing and tell me not to worry. It's just the salt mist in the air that pervades these caverns. No, you're turning into a fucking fish, dude. Okay. We are not going to use medicinal herbs. That's just not happening. And I'd rather have another stack of gold, so don't worry about it. Now, we do have another fight ahead of us, so we're going to do the fight ahead of us. Don't worry about the books. No one cares about the books. The books can go fight and bite a big one. Oh, hi! Hello! How are you? Let's get the guys in the back first, because they do the most damage. Alright, with that in mind, can we use an Abyssal Artillery to kill him? Absolutely no chance. Can we stab him to kill him? Good chance. Not the best chance, but a good chance. You, on the other hand, can retribute his face into the flipping ground, so please do so. And now you are marked, and you're ready to riposte. Alright, can we hew these two jokers? Yes. Very high chance of it working as well. Perfect. Just piles of bones all over the place. You've quarreled the wrong man. You also missed. Like a sucker. That's what suckers do. They miss. You idiot. Okay, have a healing vapors. Hey, crit for 6! Not that it means anything, but it crit for 6. Okay, wipe the corpses. They're all gone now. That was not difficult to do. Heed my stratagem, and you will crush them. A buff for accuracy and crit, dude. That's incredible. That's super cool. I love this valorous man. He may be cursed, but like, he's good to go. Summer before the fall. Very cute. Okay, so we got those. More busts we don't have room for, unfortunately. And I really can't afford to spare the room for them yet. Although we haven't come across anybody that does the laudanum thing. I'm keeping it around. I swear to God I want to use it one of these days. Alright, so how are we doing? Money-wise, we're rolling in it. Currently, if we get the loot that we're supposed to get at the end of the thing, we're going to make a positive income on this mission. And that's like, we're not going to even have to pay for anything. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave this room alone, because it's largely useless. We're going to double back, bounce to here, grab the loot, bounce up here, grab the loot from here, and then call it quits. Like, ideally, when we see this room, it should be over, because we'll have missed just this room on the end. Right? So we'll get our full roomage out of the bunch of this. Are you stressing out? Don't even worry about it, pal. Look at this torchlight. Look how much of it there is. Look how slowly it burns down. Oh right, we do want to check this out first, don't we? Okay. We now have 2 keys.
A fortune.
And we're gonna leave another 2 buses behind. Not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Now I realize that there's another chest here. We're just gonna risk it. We're not gonna use the skeleton key on it because we need the skeleton key for the secret room, which is gonna have thousands upon thousands of gold in it. All we need to do is accept our fate, really, on that front. Yeah, absolutely. Eat away, boys. And girl. Dr. Jones. Sorry about that. You know what? We might as well just, like, pop a blood here for the boost. I'll take it. That's fine by me. Alright, so we've seen this team before. It's nothing new. Like, I'm not worried. Let's stab a dude in the face, I guess. You know what? Instead of stabbing a dude in the face, protect me. And you can pull a man forward. Bring him right to the front. This guy should have a useless sword stab as a result of all that. If we retribute right now, it has a chance of doing some extra damage, but I think we're going to do better if we just slap a man and rampart them. Does Rampart do a knockback? It does do a knockback. So how about we slap this guy? He resisted both of those, unfortunately. Quarrel. It's going to hit the wrong man. Granted, if we had Retribution, we would have dealt damage there, so I feel a little bit stupid. But that's okay. Graveyard Slash. You can still strike from that distance, huh? Bayonet Jab. Doesn't even matter. It barely does a scratch. It's fine. So I should have done Retribution, because now everybody's hitting the guy now that he's not marked up. It's a little weird. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little pissed off. Okay, chop him. Yes. There we go. Look at that. That's now a pile of bones on the ground. Malibus is, like, absolutely damaging. Alright, who are you buffing? Oh, goody. I don't mean to be rude, but that's, like, not the... I love Dr. Jones. I truly and honestly do. Not the right person to be buffing. Okay, Quarrel here is painful. He's getting low. You can weird reconstruction yourself, though, so please do. For 8, not bad. Don't bleed. Thank you. Graveyard Slash. You gotta not. God damn it. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but this is getting a little ridiculous, huh? Let's go ahead and just keep him away from death's door. It's not where he ought to be. If we purge him, we get rid of the corpses, knock him back a bunch. So I don't see why we shouldn't at least try it. Clumsy Axe Blade. Fantastic. That was actually a reasonable play. Now we just got this jackass in the back to worry about. Quarrel. Shit. It's actually going to hit. Not that it matters. Dr. Jones is tanky as heck. Alright, so, there we go. That's how we heal. That's your entire health bar back, baby. That's what I wanted. Okay. Knock him down. He's just a pile of bones. You know, everything and more. Protect me, please. Not that it matters. Honestly, I wish I could get other people to protect me at this... you could force other people to protect other people at this point, but that'd be a little bit overpowered and broken, I think. Alright, if I chop, it might kill him. If I hew, it will kill the corpse, and it'll hurt him at the very least. That's fine. Gross. Okay, dead weight. Bad news. But he should be able to deal with it. Oh, bad. Not pleased about that. Sacrificial Stab. Bring him into crushing range. Maybe even stabbing range. It's only if there's a crit. It only works if there's a crit. So instead, let's give it a 50-50 chance that they attack the man-at-arms instead and get some retribution upon them. Bayonet jab.
A dizzying blow to body and
Not hot. Axe blade. He's like marked. He was marked up though, right? He was. I swear. Okay. Let's get Malibus into place. Bayonet jab is not going to even matter. Oh, he's not even retributed up any longer. Stab him, please. Thank you. Okay, if you rampart, that gives Malibus a chance to heal themselves. But it doesn't really matter. You're like the last fight we're going to have, I think. So, dead weight. Okay. If you get stunned and knocked back again, I'd be very upset. I'm glad you are not. Here. Solemnity. Get your heal up. That's fine by me. And now, all-out assault. Stab him in the face. Stab him in the face again. Strike while they are exposed. Nice. Good job. And how much HP do you have? 1. Allow me to retribute. It's a bit of a dick move, honestly, but I'll take it. Alright, so Book of Rage. Plus 25% damage if below a certain amount of HP. That actually seems really, really good for our flagellants. So I'm thinking we should make some room for it. I'm sorry, Laudanum. Now, with that said, and let's go ahead and use a shovel on that. Okay, toss out the shovel, take everything with us. At this point, yeah, we could use the citrine. It doesn't really matter either way. Alright, we got one more room left to explore. We know exactly which room it is. And although it might take us a little while getting there, this mission has been demolished. We have 100% owned this. Has the Martyr's Seal done anything? No, not really. And honestly, the Martyr's Seal would be best on a Flagellant, I'm thinking. So that way, that if they are down to like death's door, they'll just survive and do all the damage that they ever wanted to do. But in this particular case, like, he got nowhere near that level. That might be actually really good during a boss fight or something. But for a normal mission, I'm not sure if it was all that helpful. Okay, so let's go in here. There's a curio in this room that I apparently missed. You're craving? Right. It's the sarcophagus. Okay. Wait, we haven't explored to this room on the right. I feel like a dumb man. It doesn't matter. Eat up, friends. That's fine. I don't mind. Pop a torch. Have a little bit of blood. Drinking the blood has a terrifying effect on the hero. They crave violence. Pardon? Bloodlust? Whoa! Okay, so that's like a straight up, like, super increase of stats. The curse actually has some benefits if you use it properly. We should be there now. Nice. So we've explored everything. The secret room actually counts. Don't worry, we are going to do some great stuff. We're about to get so much loot. Oh, we have to dump something, huh? Well, I guess we have to dump the food. Oh no. Alright, well, that's gonna do it, unless if we want to, like, fight one more time. And we might as flippin' well to see what this blood craving does. Oh, these bugs do not even understand what is about to happen to their faces. Alright, stab the guy in the back. He's just straight up dead, that's fine. Just crush. Seriously, that's actually a ton of damage. Okay, he's down to 2. He is no longer down to 2, he's down to negative 18. Okay, I'll take it. Now let's get out of here. Alright, so on top of getting some extra portraits and a feather crystal, which seems like actually a very interesting, you know, filler trinket, plus 2 speed and plus 8 dodge, seems reasonable. We also picked up 26,000 gold in actual collected treasure, and like an even number of heirlooms across the board. Like a full stack of heirlooms across the board. I have zero complaints. 30k is well worth it. Now with that mentioned, let's see. Vitalis, you know, pick up Pyromania, not so good. And Photomania, minus 20% stress if torch is above 75. That's fine. Dud Hitter, okay. And Wheeled Scrounger. You know, that's probably all fine, as far as I'm concerned. That was very, very good.
In time, you will know the tragic
So,
extent of my
Corsi.
failings.
She's craving. It's a problem. We now have a level 2 leper. Vitalis is now a proper level 1 guy instead of a level 0 guy, so that's worth it. Week 27 was a pretty big success. We're also now rolling in dough. So, we've got some upgrading to do. I think that's the least, you know, surprising thing anyone's ever said. We've got some serious upgrades to do. What we also want to do is try to take on this courtyard if we can manage it. We also want to level up the cove at some point, but we just... What's here? What we've got? That's actually reasonably good as far as a trinket goes. I'd be down for that. It's only a medium-length mission. You know what? I'm thinking that that's what we'll do for the next episode. We'll go to the cove and level it up. And we'll deal with how we're gonna... Like, we're gonna have to deal with the Baron at some point. Oh, Jesus, what are we gonna do with this? You know what? I'm gonna give it some thought. We do need to go to fight off the Baron, and I have no idea what's here. I've never even seen it. However, it is necessary. Like, we need to do it. There's too many bugs, and I can't afford to take any more infestation, like any more, you know, crimsonly cursed folks onto my roster. Like, 2 is a tenth of it. It's 10%. Right now. It's a lot, considering that anytime that they're doing stress relief or whatever, or they're in a building, they have a chance to infect anybody else in that building. So, it's just all bad. We can't have more people being cursed up. We're gonna need to take out the Baron next episode. Alright, so while I get prepared for that, I'm gonna leave you guys. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the like button down below, and if you want to see some more, subscribe for some more videos. See you folks next time.